Hello, I'm Dennis Chapman, founder, president, CEO of the Chapman Group. Today I'd like to share some key learning points that I recently had many conversations with some companies and customers of ours at the annual Strategic Account Management Association conference. The primary topic I'd like to speak to today is supplier relevancy. There appears to be a challenge out there with some strategic suppliers in gaining the mind share or attention of their customer around them as a supplier. We see that, unfortunately, when they get commoditized or the entire relationship is very often oriented to product and just price. Relevancy is a very interesting word, and again, I'd like to share some ideas and concepts in how you could probably improve your relevancy as it relates to you as a strategic supplier to your customer. One of the most important first things to consider is what really drives relevancy, and it's our understanding that impact and value are the two key drivers. Impact and value. Both are very related, so let me speak to that a little bit. Impact is how you, as a solutions provider, provide a solution that actually impacts your customer in either the product or go-to-market service they're offering or economically. So when I'm offering a solution, I've got to make sure that I really understand my customer's business, their direction, their customers, so that I can communicate impact. That's not as easy as just being said as I just did. To be able to do that, one of the other great influences of relevancy is I need to penetrate my customer organization high, wide, and deep to understand how I really do impact my strategic customer. So just as a quick snapshot review there, one thing about relevancy I've got to think about all the time is how am I impacting my customer as it relates to the product, service, or package solution I'm offering, and am I understanding that from the voice of my customer high, wide, and deep. The second key learning point around relevancy in the world we live in today is economics. And I would offer that if you really want to become relevant in your customer, what you really need to do is be able to create, document, and validate the economic impact that you're having on your customer's business. Sometimes we call that the ROI that you're providing your customer. That is extremely important to really understand three critical ways that you potentially are affecting your customer's business. And they are normally how you affect cost reduction, how you could affect cost avoidance, and how you could help your customer make more money, which could be termed revenue increase. So the second key point around relevancy is this whole economic value propositioning, but much more quantitatively, so that you can actually deliver an example of, well, our customer spends $50,000 or US with us a year. However, we have an economic impact of $200,000 or a 4-to-1 economic value proposition. That's critical when trying to create greater relevancy in your customer organization, because your customer then will view you as an investment versus a spend. The third point around relevancy I'd like to bring up is this whole conversation around your ability to provide knowledge, intelligence, or what is sometimes called thought leadership. If I as a customer view my supplier as purely a provider of a product, a service, or a solution, I'm going to have a limited view of the relevancy that they have beyond those products and services or solution to my business. So the third point I'd like to sort of bring home here today is the importance around thought leadership. Thought leadership is your ability as a strategic supplier to bring in from your team the wisdom, the vision, the knowledge sharing that maybe is not always available within the walls of your customer. This is extremely important as you collaborate with your strategic customers in the future. So again, as I think about relevancy, there are three pieces that could potentially give me a seat at the table of your customer, not only in the business unit you're working with today, but across multiple business units. And maybe even open up other opportunities for additional product, services, solutions you offer. Again, keep in mind your impact of your solution. Keep in mind the economic impact or value proposition of what you as a solutions provider provide. And also remember how you can bring in that business intelligence, that thought leadership, that vision sharing to enable your customer to move to the future successfully. You then really become more relevant, and I would argue a true strategic supplier. Thank you for sharing these moments, and hopefully I've given you a couple nuggets to take back to your organization to create greater relevancy between you, the strategic supplier, and your customer.